Well, how's it going, everybody? I'm sitting out here on my porch because today it was like 100 something here. And of course, hottest week of the year, my air conditioner craps out. So, supposed to have a guy come look at it tomorrow, but I don't know. And then it'll be cool right after that, I'm sure. Anyway, those of you tuning in to check out a metal detecting video, it's metal detected related. Metal detecting related. Blah, 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 blah. It's metal detected related. But you all watch my videos know that we were down at Tourmaline for a few days and we tore up a lot of stuff. Coils got broken banging into rocks and scoops got tore up pretty bad trying to pry them loose. So Dustin went to the drawing board and with everybody's input he came up with something, and we're going to see what he did. I'm going to try to do this start to finish as best as I can with what I got. So take a look at it if you want to see how it was done. I hope you enjoy it. It came out good. I think it's going to be a winner, and I think it's going to do the job. I hope, because I want to make a mess of those rocks one of these days. So check it out. All right, thanks. Bye. Say good morning to Ron, or Ron, say good morning to everybody.
Good morning, Ron.
Yeah, all you people out there that are named Ron, he just said good morning to you. And this is Ron. And we're at we're back down almost to Tijuana. We're in the Danger Stranger cave. And here he comes now. Dun, da, da, da. It's the Danger Man, Dustin Danger. But his rock dog, I'm not supposed to show you because it's a patent. It's going to be patent pending, and Dustin's going to be a millionaire for all of us rock. Oh, screwed him in.
Oh, I thought it was a boat anchor.
This thing, dude, this is good thing he's got a heavy duty shaft. This sucker is going to be, this is going to be a rock digging pig, man. Hear that? Oh, I probably just blew that.
That's not exactly how much it weighs.
Anyway, here he goes. He's breaking out his drug days.
Yeah. I don't count money anymore. I just weigh it.
Very good.
How much do it weigh?
Let's see.
8 pounds, 10. Look at that, fuck, 627.
What does the average scoot weigh?
The whole thing probably don't weigh more than 2 pounds, 3 pounds.
No,
Okay.
just with the handles lighter.
Here, put that whole thing and kind of balance it.
Go like this.
No.
I'm kidding.
I was going to say that.
I was pushing down on it.
Half.
Half the weight. Here,
It's thick. This stuff is thick, and there's no holes, and it's going to be shovel digging rock, and he's gusseted it and stripped
Alright,
down
so
the middle, and
Here's
he's still got to weld
yours is a stobber, right?
Staver, yeah.
Honestly, let me go millimeters because that's what everybody.
And he's
knows.
going to do the little weld up the holy holes here. But look at that tits welding.
Okay, so these are all 2
millimeter.
right?
Actually, that's probably flattened out because
Yeah,
it's.
and they're all 2.
And this thing is 2.58, right?
I think so, right around there.
But it's no holes in it.
Right. Almost 3.
Almost 3. So you got an extra millimeter. And see, the thing is, the structure now, because there's no holes, rock digger right there.
So the biggest thing that I think is obviously there's no holes in the front. There's no holes right along here. So when you're kind of prying back on this thing, it's not going to collapse in this area. And then I think
This right here.
yeah, the reason why I did this is because all of them, even mine, they're all,
See,
they're
what
all
we
tearing
tear
right
the
here.
tops off because when you pull back, when you're prying, it wants to squeeze this together and go up, and it tears this off.
And not only in the in rocks, but like
Even
when
in
you're-
sand.
In sand, if it's wet and you get
It's
that suction,
suction,
there's
yeah.
a lot of force in this area. And even these little tabs are going to break eventually because this is all annealed when you weld it, and it gets like tempered. So my thought was, obviously it's overkill, but
No, that's
like-
exactly was my thought.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I
yeah,
in my head when I
Right.
told you the other day. That's what I want to do with this. Make it come down here and go right up over here.
Right.
Forgot the camera.
yeah.
Go up like this, around, right to here, and loop around, just like that, and right down the other side.
right, exactly.
So there's no tension on this. It's wrapped like that, like what you're
Right.
gonna do with that right there.
Right.
This right here. Like,
Yeah, so when
forget
it pulls, it's pulling the whole scoop inward. If you like we were saying, if you hooked a truck up to this side and this side, and you pull it all,
It's pulling straight across
all
it.
steel wants to become straight. That's when it's the strongest. So, and then I put this little bar in here to create kind of like an I-beam.
keep it from collapsing in on
because-
itself.
Yeah, because it's going to have to, in order for this to come in, it's going to have to tear here, and it's going to have to do a bunch of funky things that where the metal's stronger. So, yeah, that's about it. And then on the back, I'm always losing stuff. These are pretty small holes, but when you're in the water and you're sifting it, on the Staubers and mine, the bigger holes, I'm always losing the
I see
earrings and all that
you've
kind of stuff.
graduated.
Yeah.
I mean, the holes have graduated.
Yes, yeah. And I think when you're in the surf too, there's really no need to have all those holes up here because
Everything's down in the scoop anyway.
and the water's sloshing around, and there's enough to get the finer sand particles out. And also when we're in the clay, when we get down that deep, this thing can go in, and then hopefully it'll slide off a little bit easier instead of getting embedded in all the holes that
Yeah,
are.
that's the problem you have with getting the clay back out. It gets
Right, it gets
a little
embedded in-
squishy
yeah.
pattern out the hole, and it won't come out of the scoop.
Right. I ordered this stuff, and it just came. And so this will go like this, and
Handle goes in that.
yeah, the handle's going to go in here, and this thing's going to kind of attach into this like I-beam deal. So when you crank back on it, it's going to want to pull this thing up. You know what I'm saying?
Hi, Lindsay.
And then I think there's just going to be one little bar that comes down here, but it's kind of all, the geometry is, I think, pretty good. It's gonna be a test to see if everything works good. Honestly, I don't think it's gonna fail.
Well, there's what the handle tube on it's going to look like. Goes underneath the lip, and then he's going to weld around and right down along the edge, and then around the back. And then this bad boy right here is going in it. Rock dogging. Just go turn a few rocks over and see what happens.
I think all these they got so close to to making these things really good. They got so close. You know what I mean? If they just added a couple more little features.
Things like
Yeah.
this right here, to
Yeah.
me, would keep the top from tearing off, because this was only attached to the top
Yeah.
through a small little tab right here, and the thing, it's not thick enough. He flattened it, and it pulls across and tears it in half.
When you pull back on this thing, you're pulling the top plate. That's what you're doing. You're basically, when you're just cranking on it, the top plate's coming up, and the only thing that's stopping it is just this little tiny tab and the welds right here. And the welds are not, they're all...
Well, you've welded across that tab, which you said screws up the metal anyway,
Yeah.
so now you got a weak spot.
Exactly, and that's where it's cracking. It's cracking along there. It's not even really doing what it's supposed to. When you pull back on this thing, you're not pulling back on the top plate anymore. When you pull back, the whole scoop it's
Right.
It's like you're levering it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. All the torsion is torque is put into this big plate, and there's no holes in it. So I don't see how it's going to tear at all. You know.
It's overkill, but you know what? If it works,
Yeah.
and you're dragging it along anyway, it's not like you're walking 1,000 miles when you're in that kind of stuff. You're digging in the rocks, and that's what the whole thing's designed for.
The other thing is, like when we're in waist deep water, you know, and the current's going back and forth.
It's like an anchor, it holds you in place.
These things, it's like you're sometimes when the current's hitting it, these things weigh so little that you're kind of like trying to hold it in place, you know. Where this thing is just going to be like a plunge.
Boat anchor.
Yeah. And so you'll be able to get down in there, and then you can really pull back on it.
You're gonna have to watch your feet when you drop it down and don't take a
That
toe.
rip current's trying to drag you out.
Yeah, you're not like
Anchor it in a little
you're not
bit,
like.
yeah.
Anyway, there's the Dustin's design, and he's gonna do another one for me.
This is made out of
Right, and then we're gonna give it a whirl.
made out of 400.
Dustin and I just forced and pounded and beat it on this thing to close the gaps up a little bit. Still going to be a gap that he's got to weld all the way. Look at how far that's cracked all the way down there. Which, see, this one gives you the idea of how the stress works on it. As you pull up, it actually pulls this up in the air. These things are pulled up in the air, and it tears it right here. So getting it back down and lined up is the hard part. So now that that's done, I got to brush it, and then he's gonna do some stick trick.
It's getting there. It's not gonna be perfect, but
So here's his strengthening, and that little tab that he's got his fingers on is gonna go down as soon as he moves his hand.
sorry.
That's gonna wrap down the side.
these are gonna be put
He's
together.
gonna weld the cracks up and then weld that down and all up along that, and then tack it as best as you can, get it around the back here, which doesn't need to be a lot because it's going to be kind of locked in that spot.
Yeah.
And here's the bending tool he designed.
So it's it's precision. Just see.
Grunt, hammer,
Like
bigger
this.
hammer, smaller hammer, hit here, bend it back the other way. It's all technical. That's such a tacky job. I just hope nothing pops right now and all lands on my feet. Here's the repaired and alive staver again. Welded the sides, move that thing down around the sides here, all the way up, welded it to that bar, around, back down the other side. So she's good to go again. A few dents and dings here and there, but back in order. He's drilling the holes now in the pipe. Those holes right there will match up with these screw G's right here on his handle. Thank you, Dustin.
Got it, dude.
You the man. What did you just find out on XM radio? That what?
A Scottish guy was talking, and he said that the word dauber in Scottish is penis.
Now I know why it's Dustin Danger instead of Dustin Dauber. I knew there was a reason why he picked the Danger part.
Dustin Donger?
Dustin Dinger. I guess I can now actually officially say you're a dick. You're a good dick, though. All right, let's see it, Dustin. Let's see a smile. Look what he's got. All done. The Rock Dauber. And well, I already told you what Dauber stands for, so this is called the Rock Dauber. He's actually still not done yet. He's got one more thing to do. If I can get my finger over here, he's gonna put maybe cut a plate and weld a plate in here or something.
Yeah.
I would do that. Get some of that heavy. But anyway, there it is, pretty much completed, folks. It's one sturdy, heavy, nasty rock scooper. Let me pry your foot off the floor.
Yeah, it's gonna work good. Yeah, if I put a piece right here, then it...
Cool. Good job, man.
Sweet.